on the fake. Pressure on Prescott. Throws it to the corner. It's caught. Touchdown, Dallas. Jalen Tolbert.
Just the difference you saw in Tolbert and how he approached the opportunity last year going into his second year. Now in his third year, building off of what he did last year, what have you seen from him in this offseason, and where do you kind of see Tolbert in his career arc at this time?
I would say, number one, I think his confidence is taking he's taking leaps and bounds in that area, and I think anything that's consistent in this game, the more confident that the individual is, his physicality, his urgency, the understanding of detail, the competitiveness vastly increases. So he's always been a very bright young man. I go back to his rookie season, and we spent some extra time together on the Sunday off days, and I mean, he had every play written out. The detail was note taking. Everything's on a remarkable or on an iPad, and when you see a guy that still uses the tablet like yourself, the old school guy, I kind of have appreciation for that. So the fact that he wrote everything out, and so the mental part of it, he's always been an A1 student, so I've been from day one, but now seeing him apply it and just playing with a tremendous amount of confidence. Yeah.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one. Man, this right here is a video that I've been looking to do for a long time, man. If you haven't already done it already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this video. All right, we're going to talk about Jalen Tolbert and him taking another step. So I know last year, and when I was doing the research on this, I know my guy Tug did the second year leap last year. And the one thing that, we wanted to continue to do, or, because I ain't going to say it's no secret. I talk to Rome and Tuck every day. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing that I know that I talked about wanting to do is not forgetting about the things that we already have. See, a lot of people in life, they're always, looking at the next thing. So we got this shiny, brand new toy, and we forget about the guy that we did draft, the players that we do have that are developing, the guys that are working, the guys that are building a rapport with the players that we already have in the building and the coaches. And Jalen Tolbert is one of those guys. And the thing that has stood out so far this offseason, rather than last season, is his amped up confidence. So the word confidence keeps coming into play, that word. And I think that that's probably something that, he wakes up in the morning, he probably has the word confidence across his mirror or something, or maybe he has confidence, in his bedroom or in his, however you have it set up. I know one of the things that I do is when I wake up in the morning, if there's something that I want to achieve, I put either pictures or I put words up on the board. That's something that I've taught my son. And I think that Jalen Tolbert has made it a point to play with confidence, to play loose, to play, having fun. I think often as Cowboy fans, we forget that that's a part of this game. Fun, you know what I'm saying? Fun can have you playing at a different level, can have you flying around different. And I think that that's something that he has decided to go back to. So he's changed his number to number 1. And then you can kind of hear Mike McCarthy in his interview say things like number 1, A1. I think he's made it a point to let everybody know that it's his goal to go back to being a number 1. It's his goal to go back to having high production. It's his goal to be a guy that you can trust in those big moments. See, last year and the year before, the moments might have gotten a little bit too big in certain situations. But I think he did make a step last year. And with CD being out, he has all of the opportunity right now when CD is negotiating his contract to step up and be one of those guys. But what I will tell you is it won't be an easy road. Just because he's here, just because he was drafted 2 years ago, don't mean that people are going to lay down. They brought in the wide receiver, Floyd North. Look, I'm going to get his name right. I promise y'all. But, they brought in a receiver. They got Cooks here who was supposed to be the number 2, and it looks like Jake Ferguson is being in that role. But his prime competition, in my opinion, is Jalen Brooks. Jalen Brooks also is a guy who has had the same things that I'm talking about with Jalen Tolbert. Those things are happening to him, and he's a young guy. He has a year less than Tolbert, but in camp last year, tore it up. He got some time to play in the game last year. He was a draft pick, whether he was a 7th round pick or not. He's not looking to go home. Not only is he not looking to go home, but the way that he approaches reps, the way that he approaches, plays in the game, Jalen Brooks is looking to rough that spot. That's what we say in the DMV, rough. He's looking to rough that spot. So that's a competition that people aren't really talking about, but I believe that Jalen Tolbert is taking every opportunity to try and build not only the confidence in himself, but the confidence from his own teammates. And, I was reading up on the fact that anytime Dak calls him, he there. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to build that rapport, trying to, build that chemistry there. And I think that that's huge. I think that he's learned from guys like Brandon Cooks. And that's the one thing, and I'm going to leave you guys with this tidbit before I go. That's the one thing that I learned in college. If there's somebody that has something, has an ability, has a grasp of knowledge of something that you want to know, go stand next to that person and you ask them questions. You learn their habits. You learn what it is that makes them tick, when they're in a certain situation, why they think this way. That's what I did in college. Look, my last semester, I had to get out. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my guy, Tega. Tega was so smart. He was acing all the classes, but he was acing it to the point that the teacher couldn't even curve the grades. So I had to figure out, look, I have to figure out what he's doing, try and add that to my game. And then if I'm able to add that to my game with my flavor, then, I can get the very best version of myself. I did the same thing in football. When I played, in college, I played at Howard, Jarrell Smith, guys like Keon Coleman, Antoine Rutherford. Those guys took me under their wing. They knew things that I didn't know. There was a lot to football that I had to learn, and these guys knew it. And I was a nuisance. Just like Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan. Nuisance. When somebody has some knowledge that you need to know or you want to know, you don't run away from them. You gravitate towards those people and you learn what makes them tick in those moments. And I think that that's what Jalen Tolbert is doing. And I think that that's going to make the leap from year 2 this much higher. But let me know what you guys think. This ain't no hype video. I really believe in this kid. He's not a kid, but I really believe in this young man. And I think that this camp will be a good one for him, and we'll see where it ends. But I appreciate you guys for stopping by, man. We out. Peace.